What's up, guys? Before we start the podcast, I just want to say I'm feeling under the weather, so there will not be no ads on this podcast. But you guys should definitely go check out the Neatrix on downtown Rockford, East State, 420 floor 1. Definitely check them out. Shop the High and Mighty. Support local business. Um, and then also check them out on their website at www.theneatrix.com. I'll have links down below where you can find it and shop the High and Mighty merch. You definitely, guys, want to go check it out because it is exclusive clothing that you can only get seasonal. So once the season's over for that line, there will be no more of that type of clothing. So definitely go check them out. Shop local, support local business. Thank you guys so much. Let's get back to the podcast.
Hell yeah. I hope that wasn't too weird for you guys.
Nah, that's all good.
man.
We're game.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate you guys coming, man. It really means a lot to me. Calvin, man, I really want to have you on, man, because I seen that you're trying to bring the community together with art. I think that's very beautiful, man, and very inspiring me, man. So,
Thank you.
so yeah, once again, man, thank you for coming, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us in your house, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. That's all right. Yeah, my bad if I seem a little awkward or little a little awkward just because I do get nervous, man. Even doing this like what the 20th time, I'm still getting used to it.
Man,
You know.
don't worry about it, man. Let's just have a good conversation. Let's
Yeah.
just put it that way. Let's just have a conversation, chop it up, and yeah, I think that would be the easiest way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but so before we really get into it, like your artistry and your designing, man, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, where were you born and where you grew up a little bit, if you don't mind us.
No problem. Born born in Blantyre, Malawi. Born raised in Blantyre, Malawi, and then traveled a little bit Europe, and then ended up here. Yeah,
How did you stay in Malawi for a long time?
yeah. I mean, I went to school there and high school as well,
Okay.
and then after that, decided to see the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And were you also born in?
Yeah, I was born same.
Okay.
But I came here when I was way younger.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
in Europe. That's when my family moved here. So yeah, raised.
And are you the oldest or you the oldest?
Yeah, his
Oh,
Okay.
oldest.
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the oldest of three. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Three brothers or?
yeah. All boys.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure.
I
Yeah.
said oldest of four, but the last one passed. So
Oh, okay. Sorry.
yeah. So now it's just three of us, all boys.
Oh, okay. And when you went to Europe, man, what? How was it like? Shy? Because I mean,
It's I feel like it's any place, man. Had great experiences, had very terrible experiences, but overall just made lifelong friends, and it was a great experience. I say you're the food you eat and the people you meet, so
mm,
it's great exposure to. I think it's one of the best educations one can have when you travel.
yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And what about you, man? Was it hard when you transitioned or when you moved over here?
Nah, it was. I mean, every single place you go to as a young kid, mostly it's gonna be a struggle because it's a new place, right? You don't know nobody, all that stuff. But when it comes to just like maneuvering and the daily experience kind of thing, it was the same. Like I didn't have no such thing as like a culture shock because things I was doing back home or where I was born at,
Yeah.
the same thing I was experiencing here.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah, I was born in a bigger city, right? So this city was much more smaller, but yeah, people didn't even realize I was not from here because I blend in real quick because it's the same kind of life in a way. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and now the only reason why I asked if it was hard is because the language barrier.
yeah,
Like that's really hard. I mean, even for me, even though it looks like I'm Hispanic, man, it's really hard for me to speak and understand Spanish at times.
yeah,
Oh man, wait, we don't speak our mom's language, so that's
yeah.
so,
Okay.
so yeah, because you have to understand, like in Africa, you can live here and then you go to Chicago, they speak a different language, and then you go to Madison, it's another language, and then
Yeah.
yeah, so it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's dope, man. And when did you come to Rockford? What year?
I would say about 6 years ago,
6 years.
7 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. And what brought you here, man? Out of like the whole United States, that's the one thing that always gets me, man. It's like what
Well,
brings people here? Because I'm originally from Chicago.
okay.
Yeah, so
Um,
and I don't know why my parents decided here out of the whole.
well, like he said, like family moved here. I had like some relatives here, so it was the most logical place to kind of move to.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I just followed the rest of my family in a sense.
Did they tell you why they moved here?
Not just to be close to family, for
Mm.
real. Yeah, that's the honest answer.
Yeah.
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 And when did you arrive here?
Man, it was more than 13 years ago.
All 13 years.
Yeah,
Holy shit, dude.
yeah, just more than over 13 years ago. So I've been here for a while. So I went to middle school here, high school, college. No, so yeah, I've been here for a minute.
Yeah, I moved here around '07. So mm,
Around
Yeah,
those, yeah,
close
close.
around that time. That's when I
okay.
moved.
Yeah, and how do you feel like it changed? Like Rockford?
Yeah, man. Honestly, like when I first, like I told you, when I first moved here, right, the city I grew up in or was born in was way, way, way bigger, right? Like over a million people, right? So
Oh
to
shit.
move here is like smaller, right? So it's
Yeah.
like moving from Chicago to here. And at first, I thought it was like really small, but over time, man, it got better for me at least.
Okay.
Like just things to do for kids and stuff like that. Just in general, like lifestyle, nightlife and stuff like that. It's gotten better than what it used to be. Because
Mm.
back then you go downtown and be like,
Instead.
it's dead, right? But now they're
Yeah.
like making improvements, trying to make, like something comes up or trying to organize certain events or whatever the case may be
Yeah.
locally or, you know. So
Mm.
yeah, it's got, for me at least, my experience, I'll say it's gotten way better and hopefully keep on getting better. So
Yeah, man. Same here, bro. I didn't think Rockford was much when I got here, bro. It felt like a little countryside. I was actually more terrified coming here when I was in Chicago. Yeah, because
yeah,
Chicago is like you said, it's more people, more compact. My best friend's down the street. Here, your best friend could be on the other side of town.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's definitely grown a lot, man. I definitely like it, because I definitely like it now because I get to meet great people like yourselves. So it's
Appreciate it.
appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah. So it's definitely fun, man. Definitely interesting, man. And I definitely wanted to capture or talk to the people like yourself. That
Appreciate
for
it,
sure.
man.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it, man.
not yeah, but man, I really gotta thank you guys because if anything, I feel like you guys been in the community more than I have. Because me, I've always been a anti-social person, more keep to myself. So when
Yeah.
so when this year when I started to come out, bro, it was very very awesome, man.
I'm happy to hear that, man. There are a lot of very great people in Rockford and really dope artists as well. Like it's a city with a lot of potential,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just a matter of giving it a chance. I think sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did Well, I mean, I don't know if this is asking the same question, but when did you guys get involved into the Rockford community?
Um.
Man,
Man, I don't even
I don't think it's like a specific
like
thing. It's
moments.
just like
Yeah.
meeting people because
Yeah.
like we always been
type of people. We're social, right? In a
Yeah.
way.
We're very
So
social people.
so
So
social people, you meet a person and be like, oh, this is happening. Oh, this is so in that event, you end up at a charity event or you end up at a certain function and you meet more people there.
Rockford Hip Hop
Yeah,
Congress.
Rockford Hip Hop Congress and stuff like that. So it's just like a spiral, right?
Mm.
One thing led to another, and it's
Uh,
ended up here. So
yeah, yeah. Along the way, you meet great people, which like you have similar interests, or just even if it might be opposing views, but mostly it was all art inspired, and from there we've grown like genuine relationships.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the first event you went to where you're like, oh my God, there's more to Rockford?
Uh,
man, that was a lot.
it was I think it was the one where they brought Knife Wonder.
Oh, Ninth Wonder.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The Broad Ninth Wonder. That was what? That was in
Man, I forgot
That
when
was
That
that
was
was like
like Rockford College, right?
yeah,
yeah,
Rockford
yeah, yeah.
College.
Yeah, I went to that. Yeah, I
I,
remember seeing them.
yeah, I was there. We were there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was dope. But prior to that, we had been to a lot more events, and um, for us, it was just interesting. Like where we come from, it's you support the arts and things like that, and it just gives you something to do out of the house.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just been for the most part, I can't say it wasn't a cautious decision to be like, oh, let's be involved. It
Mhm.
just happened, and if something is dope, we support it, and that's how it's been. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Um. Now, so I mean, I listened to Rick Monster's podcast, The Monster Mash.
yeah, yeah. That's my brother.
Yeah, yeah, man. For real, shout
That's
out
a boy.
Rick, man.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah, that's family right there.
Yeah, dope guy, man. And I was listening to it, man, and you're saying that your family is like artiste,
Yeah,
like
I was,
arty.
yeah. It's I've got a very artistic family.
Yeah.
I've got cousins that are just phenomenal, especially like drawing, painting, music. Our dad was like a phenomenal guitar player. Um, yeah, so it's in a way it's always been in the family, and we're lucky to have parents that kind of like encourage that part of ourselves.
Mm.
Like yeah, do school, but it's okay to do this too.
Mm.
Yeah, so
And do you draw or just design clothes?
Like my aspect,
Yeah.
I do design too, but he's more of like the hands-on, right? With
Mm.
the drawing and stuff like that.
yeah,
Like did
so we go back and forth, like make iterations, send him something, comes back, he's changed it, and then we go back and forth to the point where we're all happy about something. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, and because he's professional and accountant, so
Okay. Yeah.
makes like he I do like we decide on something and then I'm like, okay, it's out of my hands. You guys you figure out the rest, and it's a very dope partnership, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, very symbiotic in a way.
That's dope, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And before you started designing clothes, like what would you use? What would you draw or what would you paint or?
I just painted. I don't know. Like I love concepts. I like a story behind something. Yeah, and that doesn't mean that sometimes I just decide to draw on other stuff. But I, for the past couple of years, I was just doing paintings, art shows. Just getting my name out there, and yeah, just I would say that. Yeah, and we did a couple skateboards for friends, and then I'd say that's about it. Yeah, just mostly paintings, art shows, galleries, and then I got into photography as well. And yeah, it's just I would say I just pursue what interests me at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like definite like oh only this. If I see somebody doing something that
let's say, play a piano, and at that moment I'm like, that's cool. I need to learn that. Then I go ahead and pursue that.
Yeah, yeah. Because when we first met, man, I thought you were just a photographer because, you know, you're taking pictures. I don't know if you remember the my art show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't even know you were an artist like that drew. I thought you were just a photographer and stuff. So I was definitely surprised and excited when I found out you actually draw and stuff.
Thank you, thank you.
Because you know, as myself, I love to draw. So you know, when I find somebody else that draws, you know, I feel like we have more in common.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a good common ground to start
Yeah,
off from. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, man. And how? I mean, like who inspired you to draw, or like who would you watch for your artistic inspiration?
Just I would say family, because we always try to outdraw each other when we were kids, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, oh, you're like 5 years younger than me. No, I'm taking you to the cleaners.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll do that, or if not that, play FIFA and things like that. But just I would say like even like our collection itself, like last year's collection that we released, uh, everything for us is inspired by life. You
Mm,
know, environments, friends. Um, we actually did a T-shirt. We have jackets now at Denitrix actually that it's called Divine Flowetry. Just
mm,
inspired by the like the amazing women in our lives, like mothers, sisters, friends, things like people like that. So everything that we do is inspired by life, I would
mm,
say. Yeah.
mm. And do you come out with seasonal stuff, or is it like made all year round? If
No, it's seasonal.
oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. And you want to take that one?
Yeah, just seasonal stuff. So you just go back to like whatever season it is, what inspires us, what direction we want to go through, and we just kind of go from there and see what's going on in the environment and stuff like that. Theme or what theme we want to go for, and yeah, we just take it from there. So it's a back and forth thing. Um, a lot of changes, a lot of
Last
redesigns,
minute.
last minute changes and stuff like that. Because the aspect of design I always say is like one thing can look good when you design it right until
Mm,
you get it in hand. It's a whole different
That's
thing, right?
different.
yeah.
So you have to take into account with that. Like one design might look good on a cotton T-shirt,
Mm,
but it might not go good on like a polyester
yeah.
or nylon
Nylons.
or stuff like. So you have to take in account
Yeah.
with that. So
So yeah, like you said, we usually start with like a main collection
Mm,
and just sort of divide it to seasons. But in between, we do drop like some um, surprise releases as well. And we design stuff way ahead that when the time comes to drop, we don't have like external influences or like, oh, so drop this, it's popping, so we should kind of, we don't want to copy anybody.
mm.
So like right now we have about say 5 years of designs that
Oh
we
shit.
just, yeah, next year's designs are done. Next year's are ready. We already have the theme, everything.
Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And does it change? Because you know, by that time that you're more kids, it's like you might think of something else for that season.
Well, we sort of like stay with the main design,
Mm-hmm.
but we just sort of conform it so that it goes with the time itself. But um, the main designs, I would say, stay the same. Yeah,
yeah, just having the main theme pretty much.
yeah, yeah. Because that's the main thing. Once we go in and say this is the theme that we're doing, we're all on board. We have had a couple arguments and not arguments, but debates.
Yeah, yeah.
And then once we decide, like, okay, this is what we're going with next year, that's what we stick to. And um, the good thing is that Um, we allow each other sort of like creative freedom where there's certain maybe projects that we did that we thought like, oh, this is fire. Then we release limited pieces, and that's our business too. We only release limited pieces, so those surprise drops we sort of uh, hit up. Like we've got a VIP group
Mm.
that gets things way ahead of time or gets these not public releases.
Mm.
Yeah.
Man, dude, I imagine it's hard to do clothes, bro.
Oh,
I try to do shirts, but even
it's
like
it's
shirts is fucking
it's
hard.
dope. It's a dope shirt.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah. I mean, I love it when somebody does appreciate my shirts and be like, man, I want one, you know?
Yeah.
But
it's
like trying to devise, like trying to design like a whole like fashion, man. I imagine that's really hard nowadays, you know?
it is, but we try to model ourselves like after the big fashion houses. That's what we see ourselves as, you know. And that's where we're trying to build from, you know.
Yeah.
And it's fun, man. It's fun. It's frustrating, but we love hard work,
Mm.
you know, and we're very passionate about it. That everything we drop, it's something that we truly love.
Mm.
If one of us is doubting it, yeah, you won't really see it. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So I don't know. You know, you're an artist. You know, we're all perfectionists in a way.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's always yeah, and at least he has more patience. He'll be like, "We need to drop soon," and I'll be like, "I need to change it. I just need to change this." And
Yeah.
but it works. It
Mm.
works, and there's cause that he will be like, "No, no, I don't. We're pulling that one back. We're not releasing that. We're doing this," and so far, it has worked. And likely it has ended us up like doing the fashion shows and everything. Yeah.
With that being said, man, I do you feel like you're a what's it called? Like, are you your own harsh critic?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. It's
You yourself too?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm like I try to be a perfectionist
Yeah,
in
man.
everything I do. Like I try to make sure things are like as
Yeah.
perfect as I can get it right. But obviously, that's life. Nothing is always perfect, right? You always, even if it's perfect, you look back like, oh man, I should have changed this, or I should have done this. But that's a good thing. So
Mm.
Yeah. Like you say, man, he'll be like, I don't think I like it. I'm like, no, man, it's ready. But that's the part where, like when it comes out right, that's when we're like, oh shit, yeah, you were right or you were right. And, but we enjoy the process,
Mm.
honestly. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, trust me, man. I know how it is to like be your own critic, man. Yeah, man. Trust me, man. It's well, but at the same time, a lot of people might not get it, but um,
Yeah, and
there's times where you really do gotta kick yourself for your work.
absolutely. I think
it helps you grow. It
Yeah,
it
builds you
helps
because
you
if
grow.
you keep on constantly like having that mindset of I can do better or I can, you know, how can I grow from this, then you always will
Improve.
improve and
yeah.
grow from that, right? But if you're stagnant, they just be like, okay, this is good. Like, you know,
So, because I seen you did your fashion show, man.
Yeah,
Congrats,
man. Thank you very much. That was a lot of hard work, and it
dude.
was
I mean,
fun.
you see my art show right where I was, right?
Hmm.
I cannot imagine being at the Rockford Museum, bro. I feel like there would be tons of bricks of weight on my shoulders being there.
Yeah, yeah. I would say so.
just being confident is a key,
It's
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, and I think by the time that people were seeing everything,
Hmm.
we had both agreed like we're here, we're going to do the best show that has the best fashion show there has ever been in there, and it was a great honor to have our work amongst like cause the exhibition that time was just black artists. So to be in that space together with those different as artists displaying our own art, these people, chances are we might never meet, but just to be in the same presence of all of that creativity, it was a great honor, and uh, we really appreciate Rockford Art Museum for just appreciating our work and just, you know, in a way having faith to be like these guys will do it,
Mm.
and and I am glad that we delivered, you know.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely looked awesome, man. I saw one of your models, Saya.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely shout out her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
cool
She's
people.
a dope
Yeah,
artist too.
yeah, yeah.
Really dope artist. But yeah, it was fun, man. Like we were losing our minds before that because makeup, everything, trying to make sure that uh, everything was right. We had I would say we had so much outfits,
Hmm.
but most some of them were not seen
Oh,
in the
really?
show. But it was great. It was just, I think the one thing that kind of calmed us down was that like we had worked hard towards that, and yeah, man, like at the beginning, I think it was this year, if not the end of last year, kind of called it. We're like, whatever the case,
Hmm. Yeah.
we're going to be in that room. And by some luck, the universe listened, and we ended up doing one amazing fashion show that it's actually phenomenal that people still talk about it up to now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was, I'd say, at first I was freaking out,
Yeah,
and then he showed up. It's like, okay, we got this. We divided it amongst ourselves. The models were phenomenal. The florists were cool as hell, really talented people. The makeup artists, everything fell in place, and yeah, the music too. Big up to Jordan of Lux.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's dope.
And in all honesty, Rockford Art Museum gave us a lot of help. Is it Carrie Johnson, Jordan, I forgot his last name, and all the other people there that helped us. They really um, made it comfortable for us, assisted us in any way, made sure our the models had snacks, water, food, and things like that. So
Oh, okay, that's dope, man.
yeah,
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
shout out to them. They really took care of us, and we appreciate that.
we appreciate that,
Appreciate that.
and we hope to just make the next one even bigger and better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Do you have plans for another one?
Yeah, man, we are always
Open.
open, and with every collection, we make sure that we have a concept of a fashion show.
And are you aiming to do it every time at the museum or other spots?
Um, Not per se. Right now, we haven't agreed on anything. We just hope it happens. Um, there will. I think we're in talks with some spaces that they would like us, if anything, to do an event
Mhm.
there. Um, but I mean, we are very open to all kinds of opportunities. But once, if they will be like, okay, let's do it again next year, we'll take that chance.
Mm.
And this time we'll have experience and we'll blow the world's mind again.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
dope, man. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And the clothes that you did for that fashion show, is that like the main idea or the main concept of your clothing line, or is that just like like?
Yeah, take this one.
So you mean like in all places, like
Yeah, that's your main concept for like most of your ideas of clothing.
Nah, so
That
we
that's just like one part of it.
yeah, one part
Mhm.
of it. So like we say, we usually go through themes, right? So next theme might be something else,
Mm.
totally different. We might just throw a left ball and it might go in a whole different direction, or it might be the same concept. We kind of just always go with the theme at that particular time, what we're looking for. So
You just read the moment.
yeah, read the
Yeah,
moment and what we want to do. Like for example, that was
this is dropping next year.
Oh, you designed that?
Yeah, yeah. This is a collaboration actually with Brian Hackett.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, this is a collaboration, and it's inspired by
it's like anime. Yasuki.
yeah, it's inspired by a true story. You know, the black guy that became a samurai in Japan, Yasuke. They did an anime of him on Netflix as well, but it's exaggerated. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
Oh, dope, bro.
Something there too.
so
Yeah, you don't gotta show me perfectly.
uh,
Afterwards, I'll take footage of it.
okay,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, man.
But yeah, that looks fucking dope, bro. Did the person you collaborated with, he drew the picture?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He did. We talked about. He's a good friend of mine. Went there. We talked about the concept and everything. He is part of our creative group too. Infante Soler. But yeah, man, we just a dope artist that we admired. We're fans of, and we pitched the idea, and he was like, "I'm in,"
Yeah, yeah,
and the outcome was phenomenal.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah. So um, I would say yeah, like oops, we just like I say, like we're already about yeah. Next year is ready. Next year's collection is ready too.
Yeah, dope.
So
And you design every piece of it. You pick the fabric that looks best, that best looks with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, everything. We're very meticulous.
Even the color blending, everything.
Yeah, everything, and
Dude.
we one of the reasons why we go for like limited releases is because um we want exclusivity,
Yeah, yeah.
and also like we're very excuse me particular with the quality of our products because we're trying to go for quality, not quantity.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's a big one for me. Qual quality over quantity.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, man.
yes, sir.
Yeah, if I can yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, working with colors, bro, it's very hard, man.
It is. It
And
is. It's like
mostly on different fabrics is
Dude.
it's trial and error, and at the beginning it starts to feel like a money pit because it's just
Yeah.
this is not right. But I think with everything there's sacrifices. We all have to pay the Pied Piper one way or the other, and it's a learning process.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. But we're about that 34-minute mark. Usually around this time we head to the smoke room, chop it up a little bit more, just get a little bit more comfortable. So
Um, I want to just hang on for a bit. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
So stay tuned and continue to watch on the YouTube. Calvin, man, and your brother. Thank you so much for coming, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for I was listening to Heavy K. He's a South African artist, and then we jump in the car. What were we listening to again?
Oh, I was listening to Dolph, man.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's and but it also depends in the mood.
Yeah,
Some
different.
yeah, sometimes if it's sunny outside or some shit, people come through or friends come
You
through.
know,
We'll
throw
be
some
listening
alpha
to
beats or like some
even heavy metal,
metal or some
heavy
whatever
metal.
the
What
case.
yeah, whatever the moment feels like, we'll listen to and just vibe to it. Yeah.
And that helps you create that season, or just like create something?
So like when we're creating, I usually I meditate every day. So my creative process is usually I'll meditate, and then sometimes I just go put on my headphones, blast super loud music. It sort of puts me in a meditative state.
Mhm.
And then from there, I just, whatever comes to mind, I just draw a sketch or ideas and this and that. Sometimes I'll have one idea, sometimes I'll have 50, sometimes I'll have zero ideas. But if I have zero ideas, I go back to old ideas and rework them or see a different angle. Maybe what if we changed it like this? Maybe what if we changed it like that? So, and then like, or he has an idea, he'll be like, okay, I have this idea. He writes it down or whatever. We're texting each other all the time, like, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? And
Yeah.
then, yeah, and that's how everything gets together.
Yeah, my bad, bro. If I'm not asking you correct
No,
questions
you good,
directly.
man. You good.
Yeah, yeah, but you know, did I ask you what's your go to, bro? Like you usually listen to get you in there.
Man, I grew up, like I said, I grew up on everything, so it depends on the mood. But my usually go to is either Afrobeats or hip hop. Sometimes I might just throw some rock in here or something like
I
that.
feel.
But like,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? It depends what the mood is. I
Yeah, yeah,
might go like the whole time just listen like rock and like class like mostly rock is like classic, right?
yeah,
Or
yeah.
something maybe new or whatever case one of my friends put me on, but like it's whatever in the mood I'm feeling at that moment, at that time. So I feel like that's what music is supposed to make you feel, right?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you feeling at that time. So
Yeah, cause bro, I mean, that shit, nah, man. You really don't. At the time, me growing up, you wouldn't really listen or hear people talk about rock or techno.
Yeah, like us growing up too,
It was
um,
always hip hop, raps and shit. It's like, wow,
yeah, like
it
us
took me a
growing
while
up.
to find rock, techno, fucking certain songs, bro. I mean, don't
Yeah,
get me wrong. I don't listen to country or hardcore metal. But some songs now I listen to that I actually fuck with, bro.
man,
mhm.
I even mess with country. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like some of my parents like
Like,
listen to country too. So
oh
like
man,
there's certain songs like
Yeah,
I
certain
don't know, they're not
ones.
for me, but like
Yeah.
there's certain songs of country. I'm like, yo, this is a vibe. I'm driving on countryside. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is cool. I don't think this is hip hop time right now. So honestly, even like rock per se,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Right.
my pops was like old school into like jazz and stuff like that, but he
but
also was into rock too,
rock
right?
heavy.
Like
So,
mostly the
and growing up, it would be especially in an environment where everybody's like listening to hip hop and whatever.
so sometimes you want to
Yeah,
branch off a little bit.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
definitely do, bro. Because you get tired of just listening
The
to
same, yeah.
same shit. And I
Mhm.
feel like it's more, well. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some musics have their negative, but like rap, especially, has more violence in it.
I think um
I don't want to hear, get like
yeah,
people getting
yeah.
shot,
Uh,
through the music, like 24
But
7.
but I'll say
For
this,
me,
like it's uh art imitates life, life imitates art,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know? So it's reflective, but sometimes it's also one of those things that I look at it this way, like whichever song it is, I bet you there's somebody that's gone through it.
yeah, yeah,
And
that's how I
yeah,
look at rap. It's
yeah.
like the most, like one of the most authentic music. The way like you can express yourself, excuse me,
yeah, I agree.
express yourself however you want to, right? Yeah, there's violence and all that stuff, like, but like it's art. Like these people are talking about either things they experienced, things they know somebody else experienced it, and just kind of imitating that. Same with like rock, I'd say they put in emotion right in the songs, right?
Yeah,
Like when it comes to rock and roll, like put in emotions in the song. And for a lot of people who don't listen to rock, they'll be like, "Yo, what is this?" But if you actually sit down and kind of listen to it, you're like, "Oh, okay." You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
man.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
It might not be fun, but I get what they're trying to
Yeah.
present, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not knocking nobody for doing rap or anything. It's just me personally growing up. After a while, I just got tired of rap.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
I just had to branch off, and then that's when I discovered different.
types of music.
Yeah,
Definitely.
man.
And the good thing that also is, I
I
feel
found it.
like nowadays, especially, if you like something, you'll find a space for it. Like if you like conscious rap, you listen to Rhapsody. She bodies beats like crazy, and then if you're in a trap mood or you're about to go out, and then you jump to the Migos and things like
Yeah,
that. I feel like that's
you
the
heard.
beauty
Hmm.
of today than yesterday. Like especially, I remember growing up in a country where there was just one radio station, so whatever was on air, that's what you had to listen to.
Yeah.
So I feel um like I say that if you want it, you go looking for it. You will find it. And
And
I would say also, yeah,
right now, I'd say even music has branched out so much, man. Like, literally, any mood you in, bro, you can literally
yeah.
find music for it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember like our Pop Smoke thing. Um, God rest his soul. Cause we grew up listening to grime. Like I mean, garage grime, which changed to grime. And I know Gigs is a British rapper,
Okay.
right? So uh, grime was inspired by Chicago drill, right?
Yeah.
But now grime has inspired New York drill
Huh.
sound. So
Okay.
it's kind of like a, I don't know, full circle thing. And I remember listening the first time I was like, who is this person? It kind of sounds like Gigs, but it's different,
Yeah.
you know? But that's the beauty of like music itself, how we translate it and how we like how we change it. Like I strongly believe everything has been done. You just have to do it your own way,
Mm.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my bad. We took it down this
Oh
hip
no, no,
hop
no, it's
industry
a
thing.
philosophical. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
we like talking about
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah. Like,
that.
I mean, because don't get me wrong. When I first started this podcast, it was to bring like artists on. I
Yeah,
shit you not, bro. There's like a bunch of people that do music, bro. That I feel like interviewing an artist that does music and an artist that draws is kind of the same because they're trying to put themselves out there.
yeah,
It's like you're trying
absolutely.
to tell a story in a
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
way,
yeah,
right? Not straight up, but in using visuals or imagery and sound stuff like that. That's how you tell the story, right? That's why
yeah,
I say like music, even it can be country music, rock, hip hop, house music, whatever. You might not understand it, but there's some kind of a storyline behind it. Even if the lyrics don't make sense, but if you sit down, there's a concept behind it, right? So that's why I say at the end it's art. It's
yeah,
art.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
part of art. So
And it
you
opens
can't
you to
knock it.
different conversations.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why I like to bring up music when and talk about it, here and there. But not really. I mean, I tell people, I'm not really like a connoisseur, bro. I
Hmm.
can't really give my opinions of how somebody raps.
Yeah, yeah,
I only like to give my opinion, like I appreciate that type of music, or
Yeah.
I love that type of music.
yeah. And that's all you gotta do. Like
Yeah,
it's one of the things that I always laugh when people get bent over somebody's opinion. It's just their opinion. It
yeah,
might not be the truth, but it's just an opinion.
yeah,
Nothing more, nothing less.
yeah.
Keep it
Facts.
moving. Like, yeah, that's where I am. If somebody doesn't like my work,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'm like, well, good for you, but that's your opinion. It's
yeah.
not mine. I don't need to live by your opinion. I live by my truth. So,
And have you, like, I mean, either your artwork or your designing has people giving you harsh opinions?
never fails.
Oh, really?
Oh, never fails.
Oof.
I've done shows. People be like, "You should do it like this," and I listen. Like sometimes you never know where you find knowledge. I'm always forever learning. It doesn't mean that whatever advice somebody gives me, I'll definitely do it or take it to heart. But yeah, it never fails. Had people tell us how to run the company
Mm.
or how to design, but that's it's part of being a human or part of being in a human community where somebody always have an opinion on something. Yeah, but it's all good. Like we don't take it like, oh, what the hell? Da,
Didn't
da, da,
take
da.
none person.
We don't take anything personal. It's just their opinion.
Mm.
Yeah, and we keep it moving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And what made you? Well, I mean, like, is this clothing your main focus, or is art just in general your main focus?
I would say art in general is just the main focus. Of obviously, like the clothing line has taken sort of most of the time, but I've still been doing art. Just opened, I think 3 weeks ago. I had a piece. I still have a piece at Courtman's
just
Gallery.
just being creative, man.
It's
Honestly,
it's 24 hours.
yeah, I'm saying like just being creative. Honestly, it's like that's a goal in whatever aspect. If it's not clothing, it might be art. If it is not art, it might be selling designs, whatever the case may be, right?
Mm.
You know what I mean? So you also look at some people you like personally myself you get inspired by and you see kind of the life not the life they live but the
The
when it's
discipline.
the discipline, right? And what they do like I look at this thing in a certain way. A lot of people might not understand, but for people who understand what they're doing, they'll get what the vision they have, right? So
Yeah, yeah. And like personally, I put in at least 8 hours a day. I treat it like a job. I'm very disciplined about that. I go in, if I can't design that day, I know I can paint. So the creative process is still flowing. If I can't paint, I'll take my camera, start editing, or if anything, I'll talk to a creative friend or something like that. Just like we like to, I say we like to do that because um apart from, I just feel like it's good to engage your brain.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, if it's not something, maybe, hey, what you doing, man? I've hit a dead end today. Me too. When I watch a movie, that's a creative process itself, and we'll talk about the movie or like, oh, this part I
you might
didn't like
find
it because of
ideas in the
that.
movie too, right?
Yeah,
It's just always like
I was
always
looking
yeah,
and
always looking and always being on your purpose in life and everything, right? Always have your brain constantly working in a point where it's like, what's next? How can I do better? How can I get better as a person, right?
Yeah.
Not trying to compete with nobody but yourself.
compete. Yeah, yeah,
Competing with
self.
yourself, like, okay, yesterday I was this, next year I want to be this.
Yeah,
I want to be here.
it's,
I want to
it's
do this.
it's it's like the pursuit of a better version of yourself
Exactly.
Hmm.
every day.
Yeah. I, in a way, what I was trying to ask, what made you choose clothing
Um, is
to try? You know,
to try. I mean, we have always. It's been a lifelong dream of mine.
did any of your family ever make clothing?
My mom did.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. My mom did. She, she's a phenomenal seamstress. She made dresses for her friends, for herself. Um, that inspired me, but also just from a young kid, like imagine. I even remember the first time I had like a Sean John T-shirt, bro. I was just like, man, like Dada, like Fat Farm, like that era, man.
Yeah.
it was one of those
Source
things.
magazine.
Yeah, so I was like, man, can you imagine, bro, your name on clothes, bro, like this, and other people would wear. My gosh, bro, and we would dream about these things, buy cars in our imaginations that with money we don't have, and things like that. But that was always a dream. That was always the idea. And we just happen to be people that, like, everybody loves clothes one way or the other, and also just we just felt like it was a good platform to really work together, to really collaborate together, to really put out a message, and sort of inviting the world to see sometimes how we see the world, or how what we like or what we love and things like that. Just ourselves in a way interpreted in another form of art, which is clothing.
It's
Yeah,
how you express yourself through
yeah.
clothes too. Because
Like
he's an artist, so he paints and stuff also.
Was that also your dream too, like making clothes, or you
Um,
just wanted to
no,
join your brother?
he came up to me like I've always been into like culture wise. That's just always like dressing good and everything has always been part of our culture. Right? Even me myself personally,
Yeah,
clothing line wise, like I've thought about it, but it was never something that I wanted to do. Right? That was mostly his thing. For me, it was just I just loved clothes just in general. Just I just love I don't know what's the word like not the fabric
fashion.
style.
Oh,
the style
style.
right. I just
Okay.
always been in love. I've just always been in love with style. Like I can spend endless time just kind of looking at things and like oh this you
Like,
can put it.
we'll see, before even the clothing brand, like let's say New York Fashion Week, we'll be texting each other, sending each other pictures. Did you see this?
Yeah,
Oh, this was dope. This was whack. Da 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 da. It was just
and also goes back to like even before we came here, like just a traditional thing is always you have to always look apart in
yeah,
everything, like
presentable and stuff.
presentable and all that stuff. And fashion is like part of your life and part of you, right?
Mm.
And I remember even back in the days with like Source magazines and Double XL and all that stuff. You
Yeah,
see all these artists and celebrities and stuff. You're like, man, that's cool how they're
Hmm.
rocking and all that stuff, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
man, if I had the money right now, I'll
oh,
be rocking this.
do you remember that guy that had the Avericks leather jacket that he
Yeah,
would wear it in summer just to flex when he
yes,
was so hot as hell?
yeah. So yeah, like even back home, even him, like
Yeah.
I remember like his room, he used to have like the whole room was just
Just
full of like
poster
Source magazines,
posters,
like full of like
magazines,
all these rappers, celebrities, and they'll have all this chains.
and would
Remember
write down ideas
jazz and
and
stuff like that. I
everything.
remember
Yeah.
one thing. Fat Joe, there was this one picture. Fat Joe had like this chain on, right? But it was platinum. That was the first time I ever heard about a thing called
But
platinum. It was like this platinum
the
cross.
terror
I'm like
squad.
terror squad. I'm like, yo, man, I want to have that.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? So it just kind of influenced what we grew up with. It just it's a way in general to generalize everything. Just a way to express yourself. You know, your demeanor, your
And just to make our dream come
come true.
true,
You know what I mean?
just
And to have the ability to do that, it's like
it's a blessing.
it's a
It's a
blessing.
blessing, and
Mhm.
personally, big up to my wife. She keeps up with all my crazy ideas.
Shout out to Lynn.
It's Lynn.
Yeah.
She's she knew what I loved and she knew what I wanted to do, and she's been very supportive of that. And I know not everybody has that privilege and stuff. So for me, I really appreciate her just to just be supportive and never critiquing me, because I have like 500 ideas in a day,
Mm, yeah.
and she helps me organize things. She knows where to file everything and things like that, and it's just a phenomenal partnership in a way too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And congrats, man. Your anniversary was yesterday, man.
yeah, 4 years, my dude. 4 long, miserable years. I'm just joking. It's been one hell of a one. It's been fun, man. I've been, some people can say otherwise. I am happy.
Yeah, man, that's what's
It's
up.
it's uh it's a good thing to be with somebody that you can sit down, crack up at the same jokes, for like you forget that that's your partner, like your homie too. So I've been blessed with that. So yeah, 4 years,
Mhm.
four
Yeah,
good years.
that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
What about yourself, dude? How are you?
I'm not married.
Keeping it playing, huh, bro?
I ain't there yet,
Yeah, I could
man.
tell, bro, just by what you're wearing, bro. Yeah, fresh.
I'm living life, man. I'm on this chase for success, man.
Yeah.
Grinding. I mean, when time comes and God willing, whatever God got in store, that's what we're gonna go with. But yeah, man, just right now, just
Just pursuing this dream.
dream, man.
Hopefully,
This
uh,
ambition,
yeah,
this
yeah. Hopefully we grow. The following year, cause whoever supports us supports Rockford. We ain't going nowhere. And we're trying to grow our international market as well.
this is where we're from. So
Yeah,
Mm.
so um, there's that part, and then we just also just planning big art projects next year as well. And we're part of, like I said, Children of the Sun, Infant du Soleil. We'll do I think we'll do a first show, hopefully February or late January.
Mm.
So yeah, I would definitely hit you up about that.
For artsy
Um,
or
yeah, art.
or
It's a creative group that involves all forms of art.
mm.
So you do music, you paint, you do poetry, you do other things. We agree on what we're working on, and then everybody does their own thing, and then we just put it together. Just to see how one thing transforms on depending on who is depicting it, whichever artist.
Okay,
So yeah,
yeah.
this group is called Children of the Sun, but the name is Infant du Soleil, which is French. Um, yeah, and we have very, very phenomenal artists. Right now, it's a bit low key until everybody's ready to put it out or to put it out there. But the main idea behind it, it's no affiliation to anybody or anything or which house or whatever. It's just for the love of art. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. So no politics in this.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you on that, man. Are do you guys got a studio? Well, by the time this comes out, it's probably gonna be like around next year, bro, mid January.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got a couple backed up already.
No, no problem, man.
Yeah, so I mean, but I will let you know ahead of time just in case, you know, because I'm gonna look over it and let you know.
I'll just edit the part where I was smoking.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay,
Just
yeah.
I need Adidas as a partner soon.
Nike, man, Nike boys.
Yeah.
Nike, Adidas, we don't care, man.
Any, honestly.
Yeah, we got ideas that need to go out there.
It- well, I mean, we could talk off camera about that, but
Mhm.
what's it called? Yeah, man. What? Well, what are your goals for 2022?
I think 2022, the goal is to take over the world if possible. Our world in a way. Just like you say, like we've been just every day. It's we wake up working on being a better version of ourselves, and I think 2022 we have a lot of phenomenal, not just our collection or our drops, but events as well. We're talking to a couple partners right now. I can't disclose anything because
Yeah, that's fine.
you,
That's
you
no
know we're
problem.
gonna jinx. But once everything is Once that ink dries, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Give me 1 second. That was just the first battery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we're still going on the audio, just not the visuals.
Okay. Yeah, man, the idea is to just, you know, do things that we want to do, like do things that we love, and I hope people will come through and experience the high and mighty experience
Yes, sir.
2.0.
I'll say just striving, always striving and prospering in every aspect of life, and just doing the best you can be, the best version of yourself, right? Having that
Just be a better human being too.
better human being, better version of yourself, better you. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? So not in competition with anybody or anything. Moving at your own time and pace. You know what I mean? Also realizing how you need to always step it up. So
So yeah, like that's what we really want to do. We did good last year, but I know that next year we're going to do better.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I think for those people that were introduced to our clothing line through the fashion show, I think just a little bit of patience. The year is almost done, and what we have in store will blow your minds. And like the fact that we only do limited pieces, it's something that we'll continue to do. And once you miss it, chances are you won't get it
Hmm. And
again.
you said you're at a store. Which store?
Denatrix on State Street, just across across the street on State Street from City Hall.
Hmm.
It used to be Old Kuma's. Yeah. We have skateboards in there, and you can find us on our website too.
Yeah, that's dope, dude. Like, do you paint them or is just a design on there?
I do a design on them. I have done like I've painted skateboards for people too, like
Yeah.
commission pieces. But yeah, we do that, and we're also at the Rockford Art Museum store. So
Okay, dope.
yeah. So
Wait, clothes or like your pieces?
clothes, skateboards too. We did a special
Mm.
design for the fashion in bloom.
Yeah.
So even for the skateboards there, we only make 10. So if you want to get one, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, find us Denatrix uh, in store or denatrix.com and also Rockford Art Museum.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. You find our art together with all the beautiful art in
That's dope,
there.
dude. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely gotta check that out, man. For real. Um.
absolutely.
Well. Well, yeah, because we're about that hour and 10 minutes.
so
Yeah, Uh, I I just want to tell you, bro. Thank you for coming. Usually, when my guests come, bro, I do a little drawing. I kind of wish I had more because I didn't know. Well, I mean, I knew you were gonna be your brother, but I didn't. I didn't think.
Oh, thank you,
oh
man.
man, appreciate it,
We
man.
Well,
appreciate
what
it.
I gotta make you your own, bro. I was
Oh,
gonna say,
I like what you did at the back there.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do a little research or try to get something for you from you, so I could
Thank
do
you.
it in a coaster. But I was gonna say, bro, if you want to come back for your own episode, you can, bro. I wasn't expecting,
Yeah,
because there's the first time I do like two people in the same view at
Yeah,
once.
yeah.
I'm
I,
totally
I'm
down.
I'm I'm sorry about. It's just he is the CEO
Yeah, yeah,
of the company, so I'm just
and dude, and don't get me wrong, kind of double nervous because I'm trying to get information from you while not expecting you, but
no, you
dude.
did,
You did
you did,
phenomenal, man.
okay,
You
yeah,
did
but
good, man. It
you
was a
did
good,
great.
yeah,
If
appreciate it, man.
yeah, but if you want to come back for your own, totally let me know, bro, and we'll
absolutely,
yeah,
let's do that.
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yeah,
my
I
bad.
work.
Yeah, and
Thank you,
It's
man.
fire. I like red too, so
okay, good.
that
Yeah, bro,
goes.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure, bro. I was like,
No,
man,
no, no.
fuck.
This is great, man. And hey, who knows? If you're interested, maybe you can model for us next year, my dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea.
I'm the mean, I mean, the thing is, I'm willing to fuck with anybody and everybody, bro. But at the same time, it can't happen quick like that, because I have a lot of shit on my plate, and
I mean, whenever you're ready.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, man. Anyway,
yeah,
like
like,
I love your platform, bro. I watch every interview. And
thank you.
yeah, yeah, and happy for you.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, well, thank you, man. Like, it's something I feel like I wouldn't have done, bro. You would have talked to me 2019, bro. I would have been like a podcast.
yeah.
Nah, I'm not. But like, but at the time, 2019, bro, I wasn't out here trying to, push my thing.
Yeah.
2021 when I met up with Victor Rivera, Vic
That's
Monster.
that's my brother right there.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you're right there, my art show, bro. Like he was lit.
Yeah,
That was the first time me doing that, bro. Like, and I was like, whoa.
yeah, yeah. That was cool, man. That was super cool. Yeah, actually, he's the one that hit me up like, "Yo, come through." And so yeah, that was dope. And dude, keep creating, bro. Like the only thing that stops you is you, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm good at creating, but the thing that stops me is just being out there, bro. There's times where I want to go out, like my paranoia or my anxiety or my shyness gets to me, bro. I'm like, because I feel like I'm that person that stands in the party while everybody's socializing. I'm just right there standing.
if you see us at any party, come talk to us. We'll just hang out,
Yeah, yeah,
And
no,
also,
or just
yeah.
like we.
And that's one reason why I kind of want to start this thing to like also get to know people and like socialize a little bit more, little by little. Because now I feel comfortable enough to like walk up straight to you, bro, and be like, "What's up?" And stand there for a while, talk to you, socialize, instead of you're standing
That's
there
great.
awkward,
That's
running out,
great, though.
you know.
You're
takes
making
time.
Yeah,
progress.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
making progress already.
yeah,
So focus on the progress, none of the negative stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
You know,
everything that happened before that
um,
is in the past.
it's in the
yeah,
past.
From now onwards,
Just focus
forward,
and
right? So,
and bro, I'll tell you this. Everybody gets afraid. I get nervous at every art show,
yeah,
every opening. I am just a nervous wreck.
yeah.
Like it's him and my partner that will be like,
yeah, I ain't
dude,
never
this
ready.
is
I ain't never
good,
ready.
man.
I'm
Like,
not ready.
But
I'm
dressing
just
up that fly, bro, shit, I wouldn't either, bro. Shit. Shit, my ass, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not really a fashion person. I
Yeah.
mean, like, don't get me wrong. I know basics, I guess, but shit,
it's there, there are two types of people.
yeah,
There are people that follow trends, and there are people that have style. These are two different things.
Exactly.
Somebody can have all the Louis Vuitton, the Supreme, or whatever, and have no style
If
because
they can put it together, it doesn't
it
matter. And then
doesn't
you can have
matter.
a guy who goes straight to freaking Walmart or even H&M
Man, thrift store
or a thrift store. I mean,
shopping.
thrift store you can find some designer stuff too,
yeah,
Yeah,
but you can go to Target, even
yeah.
Target, find like a nice, I don't know,
Nice
outfit
t-shirt,
where you
bro.
can put it together and look better than someone wearing designer.
yeah,
It's just so your
Yeah,
style and
it's just your style. If you got your style, you've got your
so
look that
yeah,
looks good on you.
what makes you
Solid.
comfortable wearing is what makes you comfortable.
yeah. I go for comfortable because, dude, I mean, as well as being an artist, I'm messy. I'm messy as fuck. I don't want to
I
mess up
feel
my expensive ass clothes. I know for sure it's gonna get messy, bro.
And you
Whatever
know
I
the good
wear.
thing about black clothing, right? You can last longer too. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just wear it because it has no belly. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use them shades. You feel me?
You see, I'm always in black
Yeah,
too, bro.
yeah.
Like so, which like a lot of people just say, why are you always wearing black and you're doing this? I'm like,
it's the easiest to put on.
yeah, and
Yeah,
and
that's
and I love black. I just love black.
Summertime, wintertime,
Exactly,
anytime.
just anytime black. Yeah, but yo, man, and keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like, just fear is a dream killer, bro.
yeah.
And it's okay to be afraid sometimes, but at the end of the day, I always catch a serious case of the fuck it. I'm like, fuck it, I'm here.
Yeah,
Sometimes you
So
gotta
what? Like, we are doing this one way or the other, so let's go.
no, yeah. I had to hit that point right now, bro. I mean, if I really want to grow, I really gotta say fuck it. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you don't look at it in like years now, like, man, I wish I had really did that. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
no, yeah,
That's like
bro.
the worst feeling, right?
Yeah.
So,
I definitely missed a bunch of opportunities where I was like, bro, I really should have gone, man. I really regretted it. You know.
Yeah.
no,
So
bro.
now it's just let's go all the way in, bro. Like the worst thing that can happen is you fail, and then you can always start all over.
Yeah.
But not doing it, and then you're just like, oh,
I wish.
I wish,
Those are
bro. Like
horrible
that
words.
word, bro. I wish I had. Nah, man. I told myself I'm like I'm going to live life to the
Yeah.
fullest if I can, bro, and just stop being afraid, you
Yeah.
know? Like even when I'm afraid, I feel like they say they say that you only find courage in the presence of fear, you know, courage
Yeah.
and bravery. So,
Because I was also doing it for like your older version of yourself. Like, what would the older version of myself think? Or what
yeah,
would they
Mm,
do, right? Like
yeah,
Virgil say, like, I do this for my 17-year-old self, right?
yeah.
yeah.
Shout out to Virgil, but like,
Man, long live the king, bro.
yeah, along with Virgil. But it's the same thing, same concept. Is why would the younger me? He might not be a 17-year, might be a 14-year, 13-year-old you, right? What would I do? How would I take things on with this knowledge I have right now? You know,
Yeah,
can't live life in fear, man. You just gotta go out there.
grab it by the
Yeah,
yeah.
go hard.
Go hard, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate both of you guys for coming, man.
Oh, thank you
Appreciate it,
so
man. Thank you
much
for having
for
us here.
having us, man.
It's
And
a
this is
pleasure.
dope. It's a
Mm.
pleasure. And yo, keep at it. If there's any way I can help, reach out.
Yeah,
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 he
Reach
got
out.
it. He got it on lock. He can see all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of these days I need to bring
Man,
like my
it's,
portable studio, and then we can just
yeah, man. Like I
sit
said,
down and
bro.
take.
Anytime you want to take pictures, bro, shit, you know, I'm
it's
down, man.
crazy out here. It's nice, man. I like it.
Yeah, man. I definitely loved when your brother he came to the show, my art show, and then he was taking pictures of my stuff, and then he
Yeah,
was showing me like the exactly what I made them for was so somebody could take pictures and they look a certain way in that picture and make them look cool, you know.
yeah.
Like it was the cars, but since the cars, I moved on to
Yeah,
the
man,
monsters and
that is dope.
So they're like cans, right?
spray cans. I use
Yeah,
recycle
I,
them.
I
yeah. Good way.
have a Gangnam that I customized that I had thought of like working on them, and then I saw your thing. I was like, oh man, one of these days I'll bring it. Maybe we'll make it a collaborative piece or something.
But man, you gotta keep in mind, bro. I mean, depending on how badly or how much you don't care about it, you know. I mean, that one's just in a way it's destroyed.
No, but that's the whole idea, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, yeah.
that's the whole idea.
Because while I was destroying it, bro, or creating with it, I was
Yeah.
like, man, I wonder if Gundam fans would punch me in the face right now, you know?
Nah, man, it's a
Yeah,
dope idea. I
yeah.
think it's a really dope idea.
Yeah, yeah, I
Uh,
thought so, man. It's just, I mean, well, I always loved Gundams as a kid. I had all the toys, bro, but as a
yeah.
kid, you lose it.
Oh, I'm so,
Yeah,
they break, you lose them and shit.
yeah,
But yeah,
man.
that's a dope one.
I had that when I was little, bro. I like the actual toy. That
Yeah,
one's the build.
yeah. Oh, wow, that is cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That is cool as hell, man. Yeah, bro. I will send you the pictures of the one that I worked on. I'm thinking of doing a couple more, just just for fun and
Yeah,
but
but
yeah,
no shits are expensive, man. Shit, you're not.
yeah. CVS.
Oh, really?
Check out CVS, bro. They're reasonably priced, and you can take them apart too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the one I got, yeah, I got CVS, and then just started working on it, burning it, and yeah, I'll just send you the pictures, but it's dope art, man.
Well, yeah, man. Thank you, man, so much, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So, stay tuned and stay safe, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Yo, thank you for having
Thank you
us,
for
man.
having us, bro.
No, thank you guys, man, for real. I really
Vic.
Kelvin and A to Z. This is from A to Z.
Okay, thank you.
And the high and mighty.
And the high and mighty.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you, man.